City. Sanity is just a prison in your minds. Wake up! Be free!
What's going on, guys? So it's finally here, and you guys keep complaining about it. Just, where's the Jerome video? Just, where's the Jerome video? It's fucking right here. I had to do that because you guys have been bugging me like crazy for this video, and it's respectable. I get it. I get why you're doing it, but you know, the video will be out when it's out, guys. Anyways, so freaking the Jerome trailer breakdown is here. Now, I gotta get some other things out of the way before this video is just engulfed by Jerome, because I don't know if you guys paid attention to it, but other things actually happened in this trailer besides Jerome's face. So, let's go ahead and talk about those before we get into the craziness that is Jerome. First things first, when Jerome's face is playing and we are seeing the old video of him, it is like staticking, like it's changing channels almost. And if you pay really close attention, because it happens like that, you actually see Barnes saying guilty. So we're gonna see we're gonna see Detective Barnes or whatever. He's not a detective anymore because he's crazy. But we're gonna see Mr. Guilty Man himself, Barnes, in this episode. And right after that happens, we see a shot of Penguin holding his mouth like he's really scared. So, something, I'm going to assume the plan between Barbara and Riddler is going to start happening, and that is going to take effect by crushing something that Penguin loves, because we know that's what Riddler wants to do. What I'm kind of thinking of is, what could he possibly love besides Nigma? I mean, would they maybe fake Nigma's death to make, you know, Penguin just crushed that Nigma's dead? They could do something like that, because that'll really kill him emotionally, but I don't know. I don't know what Penguin still has left that he could get so scared about. Maybe he finds out that, you know, Riddler knows that he did something crazy. I don't really know. So we're going to see a very scared Penguin, and we're going to see something happening with Barnes. I'm still sticking with my theory that Barnes is going to somehow work with Mad Hatter, because I don't think Mad Hatter's done. The Alice's blood is just going to stop being a thing? I don't think that's the case. I feel like Mad Hatter is going to get out of Arkham at some point, and we are going to see like the climax of this season with Mad Hatter trying to spread this blood throughout the whole city. And we already know that they're trying to work on a cure right now, so maybe they'll get the cure somehow at the end and be able to distribute it throughout the city. But right now, I do think that Barnes is somehow going to be... Mad Hatter's going to make Barnes work with him somehow. That's my theory, because, you know, it's just, those are two really big characters, and I don't think the stories are just going to end the way they did. So, yeah, that's what, you know, we see from other characters in this trailer. Now, one thing you guys might have saw but didn't pay much attention to is Jim is in this trailer. He's working with Bullock, and, you know, he's not in jail. So that means he's not going to get arrested for shooting Mario Falcone, and he's just going to get away with it. Or they're going to say it was self-defense. You know, this is probably, Lee's not going to buy this. Lee's just going to think that he was a crazy, jealous boyfriend, but he's going to say he had a knife, blah, blah, blah. And we remember that, you know, he did have all of that chloroquine or whatever in his blood. So the GCPD is probably going to be like, look, we had theories. Jim went out there. He did his job. Blah, blah, blah. Jim is not going to get arrested. And I'm glad that they're probably just going to sweep that under the rug and not worry about it, because Jim's been arrested like 2 or 3 times already. And we don't need that storyline to keep happening. So Jim will not be arrested for the Mario death. But I'm pretty sure Lee is going to hate his guts for killing her husband. One of the things that caught my eye the most in this trailer is, what the hell are these tanks for? Now, some could be like, oh, that's probably where Jerome's gonna be. Well, obviously, I don't think so, because Jerome, if he's alive, which we do know that he is alive, he would have been in Indian Hill, and he was in one of those glass tubes. So why would he need to be in one of these tanks? These tanks are what I'm pretty interested in. Are they gonna, maybe they're for gassing people, maybe they're for, you know, the laughing gas chambers. I don't really know what these tubes are for, but it's gonna be really interesting to see what comes about this. Maybe it's how there's some more monsters. Maybe this doesn't even have anything to do with Jerome, and it's for something else. Maybe we're finally gonna see Fish Mooney and Hugo Strange. I don't really know, but something is going to happen with these freaking chambers right here, and I want to know what. That is pretty much everything else in the trailer besides seeing Gordon fight some people. I'm pretty sure that the crowd that is watching the Joker video is just going to get out of hand, or he's going to say, GCPD, break this up, and they're going to try to fight him or something like that. So I'm going to assume that's why Jim's fighting, but he fights everybody. So the rest of this trailer is pretty much just Jerome. The video we've seen of him when they took over the GCPD and he killed a few cops and stuff like that, and he was talking to the camera, that is the video you are seeing of Jerome's bloody face and everything like that. It's not a new video, it is an old video from previous episodes. The biggest question in this trailer is this guy right here Jerome? And I'm going to say, or I have thoughts and theories that it is and isn't. The reason why I think it might be him is because he's standing in a very Joker-esque kind of way. If you look at this shot right here, it feels very like, I don't know if you've ever seen the movie or like images from The Man Who Laughs, which is the person that the Joker was based off of. If you've ever seen that movie or like just screenshots from that movie, he's standing very like that character. So I was like, oh shit, maybe they're paying really crazy homage to the Joker character and he's just kind of standing in that like very Joker-y type stance. So I was like, oh, maybe this is Jerome and he's going to be in this episode. Also from the back of the character, it looks like he has bushy hair. It's very dark, so you can't really tell if the hair is red or not. And then he's wearing this jacket, okay? So he's wearing a blazer type jacket. And the reason why I think it might be Jerome is because if you look at this photo here, one of the photos that Cameron posted then deleted, he's wearing the same type of jacket, but he's wearing a hat in this photo. So, I mean, he could have easily taken off the hat before he's gonna meet his followers and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, it could be the same exact jacket, and you could just be like, oh shit, because remember, this is a dark room, so that white jacket could easily look dark in a dark room. Quickly, since I pulled up this photo right here of Cameron, you know, what seems to be like at an amusement park, this is very Killing Joke-esque right here, because if you guys have ever seen the Killing Joke or read the comic book, you know that Joker does his whole big thing at a freaking carnival, like amusement park type thing, and this looks exactly like that's where they're at, and he is wearing a hat and stuff. Now, of course, they're not going to give him the iconic purple suit yet, but this could be very shades of Killing Joke or paying homage to the Killing Joke with this particular scene right here. We'll just have to wait and see what happens on that episode. But now let me tell you why I don't think this person is Jerome, because one thing, why would Jerome play a video of himself to his followers when he could just talk to them in person? Why would he do that? I mean, I guess the Joker wouldn't have a problem of seeing himself on a screen and people watching it, but I just don't see why he wouldn't talk to the audience opposed to just showing a video that everybody's seen a million times. Another thing, I don't think Gotham is going to give us Jerome that quickly. I think they're showing you this preview like much of you guys are already freaking out. They want you to freak out, so you watch this episode, and I don't think he's gonna be in it. They're gonna freaking bait and switch you. They're gonna put a guy that looks like Jerome. I'm thinking maybe one of Jerome's followers, because they don't know he's back yet. Like, they don't know that they think he's dead, but there's this whole cult around Jerome, and they're like, yes, bring him back, we want him, he's our savior, all that kind of bullshit. But they don't know he's alive because he was at Indian Hill forever, and he just got off that bus. Maybe he's doing shit. I don't know. But I don't think a lot of these people know he's alive yet, and I think he's just going to start coming back, and people are going to be like, oh shit. Maybe somebody is trying to pretend they're Jerome, and, you know, that is what this person is in this coat. That's just my theory. I think somebody is trying to be Jerome for this first episode, because I don't think Gotham is going to give us Jerome right away. They're saying he's coming back. They didn't say he's coming back in this episode. If you remember, when we first started hearing about Jerome coming back for Season 3, they said that they were going to slowly bring him back. They were going to show us more of the Joker cult, and they were just going to, like, weave him back into the show. They weren't just going to be like, BAM! Here's Jerome, bitches. They weren't going to do that. They were going to just stretch it out over the season. Don't forget, we still got the Court of Owls. We got the Penguin and Riddler storyline going on. We got Solomon Grundy to show up. We know Falcone's going to want to go after Gordon. There's so many storylines here, guys. We still got Fish Mooney and Hugo Strange. There's a lot of shit. They're not going to just, boom, here's Jerome, and it's just going to be like he's going to be for the rest of the season. I think they're going to slowly bring him back. But the one thing I do want to point out is the episode title for episode 12, from what I've seen on the internet or what I was able to dig up on the internet, it's called Ghost. Now you can interpret that title a bunch of different ways, but I think that the reason they're calling it Ghost is because Gordon knows that Jerome died, but I mean also he knew that he killed freaking Galavan, so he knows people can come back to life. So I think they're going to say Ghost because they're going to be like, holy shit, there's just, why is he popping up all of a sudden? Why is this cult starting to become a thing? And maybe he sees this person trying to pretend to be Jerome, and they're just like, oh shit. And that could be the, you know, basis for this word Ghost. I just don't think we're going to get Jerome on episode 12. We're going to get a lot of the Joker cult, and they're going to bring him back on a later episode. And also, I should mention too, that this is supposed to be a 3-story arc. It's supposed to cover 3 episodes. Some people said they're like, oh, it's supposed to be about Solomon Grundy. That's going to be 3 episodes about Solomon Grundy, but I believe it's going to be Jerome. This is stuff I've read on Reddit and just other random forums and stuff that people were talking about, and it's going to be a 3-episode arc covering his whole, like, cult thing, but I don't think it's going to be full-blown Jerome-ness, like, because you saw these photos online, right? You saw these photos with his makeup, the smile, and I'll explain a lot of that stuff in a little bit. Don't think that just because he posted these things right now, it's going to happen in these first 3 episodes. Jerome could easily just come back into Gotham, and then the Joker thing happens at the end of the season, so you come back and watch season 4 to see what's going to happen. This is what I heard on the internet, is that when Jerome comes back and they do the whole Joker storyline, he's going to kill somebody that is well known on the show. That is a few good amount of people. He could kill Butch, he could kill Tabitha, he could kill Barbara, he could kill Barbara and then bring her back and make her Harley Quinn if they wanted to do that storyline, which I would hate. That's what I heard. The rumors on the internet are that when he becomes the Joker or he starts becoming that person, he's gonna kill somebody that is very well known on this show. Which is something the Joker would do, but let's get back to these freaking episode titles that I found so far. You might be asking yourself, Juice, how do you know that it is a 3-episode arc that is going to happen on the start of the season? Well, I don't know 100%, but that is what I've heard on the internet. And episode 15, which this is going to be episode 12, 13, and 14, which would be a 3-episode arc. Episode 15 is called, sorry I had to burp, is called How the Riddler Got His Name. So the Riddler is going to be focused on in episode 15. So whatever's happening in these first 3 episodes needs to be done and over with, or at least, you know, made to seem it's going to continue later on in the season. But episode 15 is going to be all about the Riddler, so they're going to end this 3-episode arc. It's only going to be 3 episodes, bada bing, bada boom, then we're going to get into the whole Riddler storyline and see how the Riddler is going to become the Riddler. I think the second half of season 3 is going to be characters finally becoming who they are. So we know the titles for episode 12 and 15. Now, I got confirmation on what episode 14 is. On the internet, it said episode 13 was going to be titled The Gentle Art of Making Enemies, but that is not the case. That is actually the title for episode 14, and the reason I found that out is because I went to Butch's Twitter account. I forget his real name, but I went to Butch's Twitter account, and he posted a photo of the script from episode 14, and it is the title, The Gentle Art of Making Enemies. And in that Twitter handle, he also said that it is a crazy good episode. And this, from what I've heard on the internet, remember guys, there's a reason why this video took so long, because I was actually looking for things, looking on different websites and stuff, trying to find out information about Jerome. Some people said that at a convention that Cameron Monaghan was at, or I don't know how to fucking say his last name. We're gonna say Jerome, because you guys give me shit about how I talk all the time. The way Cameron said, apparently somebody said Cameron said that he will, no, lies. It wasn't Cameron, I don't think. They said one of the producers or somebody said that Jerome would be coming back on episode 14 of season 3. So if that's what I remember correctly, again, what I read was that somebody from the show said that Jerome would be making his first appearance back on episode 14. So you gotta sit through 2 more episodes before you actually get to Jerome, from what I've read on the internet. Which plays into my theory that they're not gonna bring him back so quickly. They're gonna bring him in, like, very slowly. But I couldn't find the title for episode 13, and some people on the internet have said that the title for episode 13 is Smile Like You Mean It, which is the biggest, most iconic thing that the Joker does. He tells everybody to smile. He often smiles because he's always laughing. So we could get Jerome there. I mean, remember, guys, these are all rumors. These are things that I'm just trying to search for on the internet, but some of these things do feel pretty awesome. And like I said, Butch said that episode 14 is crazy awesome, so I would assume maybe that's the episode that Jerome's gonna come back on. And Smile Like You Mean It could just be the cult coming back, and maybe they're gonna start causing havoc or whatever. And they all have the face paint. I mean, even in this trailer, you can see people are starting to paint their faces like the Joker. How they decided to do that, I don't know. Maybe it's because they know about his clown past. I don't really know. So that is going to be pretty interesting to see. If episode 13 is called Smile Like You Mean It, it's going to be very interesting to see what they do if Jerome doesn't come back on that episode and he comes back on episode 14, which is titled The Gentle Art of Making Enemies. Is this going to be where Jerome comes back and kills somebody that we all know and love, and he just started making enemies now? Could he maybe fuck up Riddler and Penguin's plan, or I should say Riddler's plan against Penguin, and kill somebody in that group, and then their whole plan's just kind of fucked? I don't really know. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens with this 3-episode arc. So now let's get to the photos that Cameron has been leaking on his Twitter and Instagram. And a lot of you guys have been freaking out. You're like, Juice, I don't get what they're doing here. Like, why would his face look this way? And why does it look all weird? Okay, calm down. It's not like he's gonna have some weird kind of like cut up face or anything like that. I mean, he might, but I don't think he is. We've seen 2 different photos here, okay? And this is exactly what I thought when I saw them. They're production photos. They're like in progress photos. It's not his complete photo because, one, I don't think Gotham's going to allow him to post that kind of shit. He's not doing this stuff by himself, guys. He's doing it with Gotham's permission, and they're more than likely telling him like, hey, we want you to troll the audience, so here are some photos that you can actually post. There is no way Gotham would just allow him to post shit the way he wants. He's trolling you guys because that's what he wants to do, and Gotham's allowing him to do it. He would get like extremely fired or sued if he just released a photo without telling Gotham about it. And he's not going to do that because he wants to continue working in Hollywood. So everything you've seen, they've allowed him to post. It's a production photo. You haven't seen the final post because, I mean, if he wanted to be like just a cool dude, he could have posted his full-blown Joker makeup, and he hasn't done that. He showed you the smile, which is iconic because everybody wants to see that, and everybody's all like, you know, how are you going to do the smile? That's like the biggest thing about the Joker. So he showed you the smile, and then he showed you some progress pics of everything else. We haven't seen if he's going to get the green hair. We haven't seen any of that shit. But this whole, like, you know, cut off, freaking looks like he has splits between his skin thing, it's a progress photo. And I talked to one of my friends that works in the business of like FX makeup, and she says what they do in this is that they actually do it in layers, so it's not just one full mask, and it looks more realistic. The reason why they do it in layers, just imagine if you put a whole like just towel on your face, guys, and you move your face, the whole towel moves. It doesn't just freaking move from wherever your forehead is. If it was one full piece, it would just be like quick, 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 quick. If you do it in layers, it's more realistic. So your eyes all bend different places, your cheeks bend different places, your forehead bends different places, you know, and any other part of your face or whatever you can move by yourself, because, you know, some people are weird like that. It would all move if it was just one solid piece. So they do it in layers, so that way it's actually not, like, it's more realistic, and it's just not like this big old wonky kind of face, you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying, and I'm not a 100% expert on that, but I did ask my friend. It's what I assumed, that they do these kind of effects makeups in layers to make it more realistic. So you're going to get a badass looking Joker that has one all solid piece of skin and the smile. So these are progress photos. Don't freak out that it looks really weird, or that it's possibly the, you know, Scott Snyder Joker where he cuts off his face. I don't think they're going to go like that. I don't think they're going to waste that storyline on Gotham. I think that's something that they'll probably do in the movies if they ever do that storyline. But, yeah, so I think we are going to get a full-blown Joker. It's just you're seeing prosthetic makeup. It's not complete. Like I said, they're not going to let him release those kind of photos without their permission. And that is pretty much it. I know you guys were waiting for this video forever, and I know some of you probably got mad that I didn't post it, but guys, remember, I got a day job, and I can't post these things as fast as you want. Trust me, if I could, I would. I would post these videos super quick. But I pride myself on making quality content, and I try to get you guys solid information, and I didn't want to just like, hey guys, Jerome, and oh my god, and Jerome, and what? I didn't want to just give you that kind of video. I wanted to actually give you solid info about what could be happening in these upcoming episodes, because we have a month or a month and a half until this comes back. So, you know, gotta give you solid content until then. But what I want to do from now on, since we don't have any Gotham videos, my next video I want to do for Gotham, unless something else pops up and I make a video about it, I want to do a Q&A. I want to do a Q&A about Gotham. I'm more than likely going to say this at the end of the Flash video tomorrow too, and any other videos I do as well. I want to do a Q&A about this show. So, in the comment section down below, besides your whole Jerome comments or whatever you're going to talk about, I want to know what questions you have for me about this show. Do you have theories? Do you have whatever? Try to make them as small as possible. Like one question, whatever. Shut up, phone! Just make them a question. Don't give me a book, because more than likely I'm not going to be able to talk about that because that's going to take forever. That'll be one whole video. Give me a question and I will try to do Q&As, and I'll try to take the best questions and answer them in a video later this week or next week or something like that, since we're not going to have any Gotham videos for the next month and a half. So, if you want me to answer some questions about Gotham, leave them in the comment section down below. Guys and gals, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with all your Gotham buddies. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. As always, guys, I'm your host, Juicebox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. Have I have a daily dose of juice? See you guys next time. Bye!